Hello YouTube buddies, what's up? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I don't know what the weather's like where you're watching from, but it's nice here where I am. I felt like doing some kind of get ready with me for once. After we eat lunch, we do have things to do, and I feel really good about myself when I get to do something to my face and my appearance, because the last few years that I have been a parent, not a parent, I have been really bad at like self-care and doing things that I want to do for myself, and I'm learning to get there. I don't have like any special tools and brushes. That is something I need to invest in. I need to invest in my self-care and things that I like, want, need, whatever. Anyway, so don't judge me. I'm starting to do my makeup and my hair more, my YouTube videos, and all kinds of other things while still being a mom. This is my second time trying to film this video, and it's ironic because I was talking a lot about how I have a hard time finding time to myself, and then the kids really needed me, like just really needed me in that moment. And then I had a breakdown and I was like, why did I think that I could take a moment to myself while Matthew is barbecuing lunch, or grilling, why did I say barbecuing, grilling us lunch, and the kids are out and about outside and we should be bonding, and I was just like feeling like I could do a video. Doesn't work that way. Look at my new bag. I needed one. I've always really liked little backpacks because my mom really liked little backpacks. I remember saying when I was a kid that no one can just come up and swoop her purse, which is like kind of messed up that we have to worry about people trying to rip our purses off our shoulders when we're walking around alone. Anyway, she was like, if you got two straps, then what are they gonna do? They're not even gonna think about it. And if people even try to unzip, like, I'm gonna feel it and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna be like, what is you doing? It's cool because little backpacks really remind me of my mom, and this happens to be Tommy Hilfiger, which my mom was in love with just as a clothing brand. I've always really tried to get into this brand because I like feeling connected with her spirit in some way. And then I saw this in a Ross and I was like, not only is it her brand, the brand that she loved, but this aesthetic is so me. Like, I love black and white and I love stripes and I love the whole vibe, and I just love it. And it's super spacious. Like, I kind of turned it into a diaper bag because I had my stuff in here. Like, I've been using a really small purse for the last couple of years and I really could be using something like this, but all my bags just got thrashed throughout the years before I had kids, because I used to go at mosh pits a lot with little bags and they literally got torn apart and eventually would just like disintegrate off of my back, basically. But anyway, I didn't realize how spacious this would be. I'm sorry about the lighting. I know it's really bad. It's horrendous, but this is where I am finding it to be a good place for a video today. And that's just that. Anyway, back to this. So I can literally put wipes in here, and then I can just put like a diaper for each child. Oh, I already used Guanona. I used Guanona's? No, Guanona must have taken it out. Anyway, I have a mask for Guanona because she's 2 now and we're trying to get her used to it. And then I have masks for us. I actually always have them out because, like, if someone even comes to my window, I'm like, yeah, and like, ooh, my new wallet. I also had the same wallet for like years. and I found this gem. So Matthew actually would not let me walk away from buying this. He was like, no, you've been needing one for so long, and that's literally you. Like, I'm not letting you say no, because I say no to a lot of things. But if I didn't, then we would just, like, be really bad with our money. No offense, Matthew. And this little makeup bag my best friend got me a while back, and this, like, I don't even care. The zipper kind of starts to poop on me sometimes, but I don't even care. I just love it so much. I actually got inspired by this and made a fingerboard inspired by this. And I think it's in my fingerboard video where I, like, showed you guys how I designed our last stock of fingerboards. But yeah, and I have, like, stylus, feminine hygiene, all that stuff. But with, like, all of my stuff that normally wouldn't even all fit in my last purse, I still have so much room. So I was like, I don't like to carry my diaper bags around anymore. Like, I have 2 in the truck, and I'm pretty sure I talked about this in my 2 under 2 video, but I don't like to take them into Target or wherever we're going. So if I could just have a thing of wipes and 1 diaper for each kid, then I don't have to worry about if there's an accident. And, like, we are potty training Winona, so, like, I still have a 5-month-old, and I don't know, I just think it's really cool. There's some pockets inside, and then you always gotta have one of these. You just do. Like, I could put my mask in there, like, things that I want to keep sanitary and, like, away from other things, because you never know if your makeup decides to attack everything in your purse. Have you ever had that happen? And, like, the sun melts your lipstick or something, and you're like, my life is cursed. But, yeah. And then, got my hand sanitizer. Always gotta have some hand sanitizer handy. Anyway, I'm just so happy about that. I had to interrupt your viewing. Today I wanted to do sort of a get ready with me video. I apologize for the lighting. I know it's horrendous. I'm in our truck right now because my family is outside. We've been bonding outside lately because the weather's been nice, and Matthew is getting ready to grill. So I wanted to take pictures of myself and felt like I wanted to do my makeup. I don't, like, totally do my whole face. That's never really been me. I also don't really know how, and when I have, or even when I've let people do it, I feel like it just doesn't look right on me. But I guess I'm just not used to seeing myself like that. That being said, though, I do like wearing makeup. It's just mainly eye makeup and lip color. I mean, for one, I'm not good at it, I guess. I know that stuff like that takes practice, I'm aware, but I can barely find the time to do things, like, just things. My priority is always being a mom, and we're also full-time RVers. I don't know if you can hear that car alarm going off, but I am sorry. Anyway, being full-time RVers means that we move a lot. Like, we're not stationary. So that's interesting for me, and I'm actually proud of myself for doing the damn thing, because the first 21 years of my life, I never moved. Interesting fact about me. Not just my hometown, like my house. I never moved my house until I turned 21, and that's a whole story for another time. I don't know if I'll ever do a story time about it, because it's a really hard topic for me to this day, and it's been like 3 years. Anywho, let's not get all sad and ish right now. I want to do a get ready get ready with me. Just get ready with me, okay? I don't even have, like, real nice utensils, makeup brushes, whatever. Ooh, it looks like we have a ghost with us, but it's just my makeup. It's a makeup spirit. Hello. For the last few years, it's been hard for me to find the time for myself between being a mother, because that's always my first priority. Being wifey material for Matthew is another priority. To me, just being family oriented, I guess. And then now it's like being a full-time RVer, running our business. Not that it's like booming, but it still takes a lot of work, especially on Matthew's end. Like, I'm really proud of him. But yeah, I have all these other things that I prioritize before myself. And you can say, like, well, Megan, you need to take care of yourself. Like, you need to make sure you're right. You need to make sure your mind's right and your health's right before you can do anything else. But you just have to, like, find that energy. Sorry, apparently my device got too hot, which I don't really understand because I'm naturally, like, hot temperature wise, and it feels great in here, so whatever. I guess the sun is trying to kill something today, but I ain't gonna let it because I'm loving it. Like, keep coming at me, son. Oh yeah, so I know that I need to take care of myself and that I could be better for everyone else around me if I am taking care of myself, which is why I'm putting in that work. I've accepted the challenge. I've shown up for that, especially lately. But I was making do with what I had. And sometimes that means making do with what little energy I have. Some days are better than others, you know. I'm not gonna say that I'm just moping around all the time with a smile on my face, but I never gave up. Like, I've always tried to do it when I can, but I'm really pushing myself. I've just had a really hard time doing things for Megan. When I was pregnant with Gwynonna, I told myself that yes, I'm going to be a mom, but that's not going to be my full identity, my full personality. I still want to be myself plus being a mom. Like, I want to add that to the person I am. And sure, every day there's growth. I'm learning, I'm changing, I'm evolving. But I didn't want to just be a mom. I wanted to keep up with my appearance. I wanted to keep up with things that I love to do. Sometimes there are financial reasons why you can't keep up with certain things, and sometimes it just has to do with your energy or all kinds of other contributing factors. Now, financially, can I afford to keep getting tattoos? No, everything I have is things that I got at 21 and under. Can I do my makeup? Can I do my hair? I don't need to style my hair every day, but can I dye it? Yes. Can I put makeup on? Yes. Can I find the time? Somehow. So here we are. I'm not just a mom. I'm not just whatever I used to be. I'm not like completely a different version of myself, but like I said, I am an evolution. Yes, I curl my eyelashes sometimes. It's also another thing that reminds me of my mom. I tend to do things that remind me of her because it does make me feel closer or more in touch with her spirit, but not just that. I am not like stuck in the past. I like to feel nostalgic. Definitely with my music taste, some people may think I could be stuck in my past, but I'm just trying to carry some of that with me and keep her memory alive, along with my father's too. And I'm trying to like keep who I am attached to my soul. I don't want to detach from myself entirely. I need to have like that little spark of what has made me me still here in some way. But definitely, like, where did I hear this from? I was watching something where, oh, this is totally random, but like, I don't know how many people have even watched this, but the live action Nutcracker movie that's on Disney Plus, I believe it's Disney. I actually watched that because my grandma used to take me to the Nutcracker plays pretty much every year when I was a kid because she got tickets from work. So I watched it because I felt like if she could be here with me, we would have gone and seen it in theaters or watched on Disney Plus. She's still alive, but she has dementia and Alzheimer's, and she's in an assisted living home. Another sad story I don't want to talk about today, but I was like, okay, Matthew, we need to watch this for Marma. I call her Marma. I couldn't say grandma when I was younger, so Marma. She inspired me to watch this, and it actually was really good in my opinion. But there's a scene where the main character says something like, when you miss someone, you remember them, and one day that will make you smile. If I could, I would get that tattooed, but I have a weird thing about, like, I don't understand really how to put words on my body. I'm sure an artist could help me with that, but then at the same time, there's like too many words that I would want to get. But that is a really good line. Like, it made me cry, and it's easier to make me cry nowadays. I'm super sentimental. I never could cry at movies like when I was younger. That one definitely hit me in the feels though. So I think I'm just always chasing after remembering someone and missing someone and trying to be healthy about it. I've been acknowledging lately that I've started the grieving process late, I guess, but it's better now than never. My mom passed away almost 6 years ago in June. I was 18, I'm almost 25. A lot has happened since then, but I was kept very busy when she passed, and I also was already dealing with so much more trauma wise and like becoming an adult. Like, I was still a kid here, but out in the world I was an adult and I had to be responsible, and we all do. Like, we know that. Like, I don't know how old my viewers are, but time is a really interesting thing, and in a way it feels like just yesterday I lost her, but also like a lifetime ago. It depends what way I'm looking at it in that moment. My life hasn't necessarily like totally chilled out. Like, I don't really think life ever really does. Who knows? We're all different. But it's definitely not as chaotic as it used to be. So my mind's like, okay, girl, now it's time. I remember when I was 12, I thought I did have a better understanding of death and loss, but I didn't have like an understanding, and I don't think anybody really has a whole understanding. But my father passed when I was 6, and no, I just did not get it at all. I don't even know how to explain that experience, to be honest. But when I was 12, it hit me real hard, and that's a whole 6 years. Dang, is that just me? Like, it takes me 6 years to start to come to terms with something? But no, I had nowhere near any type of understanding of it, like, obviously to this day. But when I lost my mom, it was like, whoa, this is not the same. And I miss them both, but in different ways, and I experienced both in different ways, and like, just going through different things at different ages can make a whole difference and really change the way you deal with something compared to someone else. Obviously, like I be saying, we are all our own humans, and we take things in differently or don't take things in. We react to things differently. We feel things differently. But even as like my own person, I take things differently now than I would have at any other point in my life, and I'm still gonna take things differently as I go on. Death is never gonna be something easy to handle, deal with, whatever. Like, I don't even want to think about losing my dog or my grandma, even though I don't really get to see my grandma, mostly because of the pandemic. And like, she doesn't really remember me, but I know I won't be okay, and I don't even know how I handled what I've handled already, but I'm still learning, and I have to say that I'm really happy that I'm coming to terms with these things, because I'm allowing myself to become a happier person, and obviously who doesn't want to be that for their kids and themselves and everyone around them. I'm still going through a lot, and I still need therapy, and I still can't afford it, America. But I'm doing what I can for myself, and I feel like I have my mom's energy with me more now that I'm coming to terms with it. It's interesting to like go years without really being able to sit down and cry, or maybe just like not having someone to talk to. And now that I've been with Matthew for a few years, because even when he entered my life, like, we opened up to each other, but on a whole different intellectual level. Like, it's hard, but learning to open up in the way that you need to is a challenge in itself. Everybody needs someone to talk to, and man, where would I be without that boy? Don't even ask me that question. This whole time I've been looking for my mascara, and it was in my thighs. Another reason why I'm really glad that I'm going through this process, and I'm not sure it ever ends. I do know that I am getting stronger and more understanding of myself, which makes it more possible to have love for myself and others. I'm really glad that I can start to be there for Matthew better, and anyone else that has gone through loss. Whether or not you have, it's really hard to know what to say, and sometimes you don't have to say anything. It's just being there. And I know that there have been times where I didn't know how to be there for Matthew, and really beat myself up for that. When I noticed that about myself, I really tried to change it around, and that's probably helped me start the grieving process with myself. Yes, I just got mascara on my face. Now I know that he and I are gonna have moments. Most of the time, it's gonna be completely random and completely different times, places, whatever. And it's healthy to just let yourself feel. I feel bad that I didn't know how to just sit there and hug him or rub his back or let him feel. It's one thing if you're by yourself and you have the time or make the time to feel, but when you're around others, the way that they react can play a huge role on how you let yourself feel, how you let yourself grieve. So if you have people who will just sit there with you or learn what you need, and like I said, it's not always advice or any type of words. You can go about these things in a whole different way depending on who you're around. So I think he and I have a better understanding of what we need, which is great. You don't learn these things overnight, people. You don't really learn anything overnight. You can always be better. What lipstick am I gonna use? I don't even know how I pronounced that the first time. Ooh! If you didn't know this before, it's probably clear now that Matthew lost his mom when he was young. I lost my parents when I was young. So that leaves our kids with one grandparent, and he's in a different state. Things are the way they are. It is what it is right now. We've lost a lot of family, whether they are physically here or not. I don't know how to feel about it for my kids. Like, I feel bad. If you've lost a parent or parents and you have kids, whether this happened before or after you had kids, how do you talk to them about it? How am I gonna address this situation to them? That obviously they're way too young to understand. I mean, Winona definitely has seen in shows like that there are grandparents. I'm sure that if she had that social aspect right now, she would see that other kids have grandparents. But with the pandemic, like, we don't have play dates like we would otherwise. But I know she's definitely seen it in shows. When I look at pictures of my parents or Matthew's mom, I tell her who it is, and she smiles and seems very mesmerized by these people in these pictures. And I tell her that they love them. There's gonna come a day, and I know there's gonna come a day when they ask what happened or why they don't have grandparents. And kids can be very blunt about these things. You know, they feel things differently than we do. For example, when I was in 2nd grade, we were doing a Father's Day project. This little girl raised her hand in the middle of class and said, "What if you don't have a dad?" My teacher was shook. I was like, "What if your daddy's dead?" or something like that. And she called my mom about it. But I remember her telling me that I could make it for my mom, which made me a lot happier. My mom used to always say she had to be both parents, and I know there's a lot of parents out there that feel that way, and people who step up to the plate like that, you are strong superheroes, whether you are mom, dad, grandparent, aunt, whoever. Like, you are a superhero. You have a big impact on that child's life. My mom was a great mom. Like, she did try to hold up both ends of the role. She had a lot of like health issues, but I'm proud of what she was able to do for me. But yeah, I know, like, it's probably gonna be super random too, and I'm sure it'll be Winona first. Sorry if this is making like fart noises. I'm trying to figure out how to... Remember how I told you the zipper's being funky on me? It's being funky on me. It's probably best that my daughter or daughters ask that question super randomly. It will throw me off guard. I gotta try to be prepared for it. But it's gonna happen, and I don't know what I'm supposed to say yet. I do try to be real with them. Gwenona's only 2, but like, I try to be real about feelings and emotions and life, and like, I don't want to sugarcoat things. I don't want to pretend that things are a fairy tale. Like, this is life. This is the real world. This is how things are. Maybe I'll only be able to really tell what's gonna be said when it happens. I guess with things like this, you can only go with the flow. You can only do what you know how. I'm gonna give my kids all the love that I have, and they don't know any different. So honestly, what What words am I even using? Because there aren't words to explain any of this. Thanks for listening to this random get ready with me rant. I don't know if this video is even more of a get ready with me or more of a just therapy, but thank you if you watched and made it this far. It really has been therapy. It felt good to get this stuff off my chest. Usually, like, if I plan to try to make a video on something that I have such intense feelings for, I usually cannot work myself up to do it. But I did this. This is a step. Take those baby steps, one step at a time. I do appreciate feedback. Leave a comment for me if you would like to. Like this video if you would like to. Definitely subscribe to me if you haven't already. I will see you guys soon. I have ideas. I just need to find the time. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. As always, much love to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really love you and I appreciate you, and I hope you're having a great day, a great life. Keep your head up. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Give yourself that love and care that you would give to a friend or your child or a loved one or whoever. Be nice. Be nice, okay? I will see you soon. Mwah. Wow, I'm really learning how to talk about stuff. How to be deep.